Pinag-utos na ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ang tuloy-tuloy na pag-ayuda sa mga nasalanta ng Bagyong Karina. Yan po yung ating Pangulo. Parang hindi napapagod sa pagmi-meeting at pag-iikot sa mga lugar na nasalanta po. Yan yung mga ayuda, mga kababayan, galing sa DSWD. Pero kahit na nasalanta ng bagyo, tingnan ninyo mga kababayan, ang mga residentes na affected ng Karina, ng mga pagbaha, tuwang-tuwa pa rin na makipagkamay sa ating Pangulong Bongbong. Personal ang pagbibigay niya ng instruction sa mga local officials. Ito yung aerial inspection mga kababayan sa floodway sa Rizal. Ito naman sa Port of Quezon. Yan ang ating Pangulong Bongbong. Diba, mga kababayan? Kasama si Congressman Suarez. With secretaries, DOH, DPWH, meeting niya po.
Communities na hindi pa natin napunta. Wala na. So everywhere we have been able to reach. Okay. Alright.
Pakinggan natin mga kababayan.
Noong pong before, naka-preposition po tayo sa barangay. Yung nasa pag-asa report po ng coastal natin. Okay? And then after po nung humina na, nag-distribute din po tayo. Yung immediate po na ginawa po natin. So for the affected houses po, ito na lang po yung natira, yung sa Karina na ilan po na families na identified, na reported. Magbibigay po ng financial assistance.
Alright. Oh, it's good. At least nabuksan na lahat, naabutan na natin lahat. Alright, let's move now to DSWD to see where we are.
Mr. President, good morning. Mr. President, the presentation is Karina and Habagat, but just briefly on Aghon, kasi parang magkapatid sila eh. Yung Aghon, as Governor was saying and the Congress people know that we have prepositioned goods in Quezon. It's one of those that we really put in dahil nga they're always right smack in the middle of the action.
Yeah.
So before Aghon hit, we had a stockpile of around 50,000 in the province. We're planning to grow that to 70,000 to 80,000.
Secretary Gatchalian
and Silacong all helped us to get different warehouses everywhere
reporting
in the region.
about the
sa Pulilio nga eh. So
progress ng ayuda.
We had goods in
Relief
Pulilio.
goods.
Okay. Meron na bang bumabalik sa bahay? Doon from the evacuation centers? Ganyan talaga ang tao. The minute hanggat maaari, as soon as possible, gusto nilang bumalik. Yeah,
so, Mr. President, during Aghon, we managed to exhaust the entire 50,000.
Sure.
So, naubos yun. We replenished it, and now sa Karina naman, we were only able to get around 1,996 requests from the various LGUs. So, parehas kami ng report ni Sec. Abalos. It's at Agdangan, Makalelon, and Unisan. And nabigay na rin, Mr. President. So, we're now in the process of using some of their stockpile to beef up yung sa ibang region in 4A. Dahil because of everybody's getting resources from NCR, we decided to pull out some from Quezon and move them to the other regions naman, other provinces in the region.
Basta walang, we don't, hindi magkulang.
We're squared off sa Quezon.
Because if you have, these are the requests, mukha namang
fully supplied na yan.
Naibigay niyo lahat ng
yes,
lahat ng request.
Mr. President, the next slide, parehas ni Sec. Ben-Hur, we'll move on to the next one kasi Rizalian will do that later. So for the entire region, we got a request of, actually hindi na ho yan eh, it was updated by this morning's report, baka hindi na lang nahabol. Mr. President, the total request deployed for the entire 4A is 42,785. For the entire region 4A. Lahat ho yan, fully supplied. We probably have around 4,000 to 10,000 na pending requests, which we should be able to deploy within the next 24 hours.
Sa Kwanza po, Mauban, Quezon. Pero Region 4A.
As I pointed out, Mr. President, alam niyo naman, the major impact talaga this time was NCR and Central Luzon. So that's why doon kami nagdi-deploy ngayon na mas maraming goods.
Marami pang isolated dun. And then in terms of we're able to service those who are, give them some kind of, they will have some health issues. may nalagnatin, mayroong nasaktan sa bagyo, we're able to take care of them.
Yes, Mr. President, no, meron kaming quick release fund sa Department of Health at usually pag ganitong flooding, yung
Ang casualties pala po, umabot na sa 34
all the medicines na natutunan
casualties po
namin over the years
ng
na kailangan ng mga taong napapa.
Karina.
Pangalawa, yung hygiene kits. Kasi
Yes.
madumi talaga, maputik, mga bahay. So we give out those. The third na report sa akin kahapon ng aking personnel is that maraming health facilities na nasira, pero yung mga primary care facilities. Isa lang yung health facility ko, yung sa San Lorenzo, Ruiz, which is in Malabon, na katabi ng Polo River. That's the one
that's why.
flooded in the yung pump niya hindi na nag-work. Kasi as we said, it has a pump, but the ground floor was flooded. Yun nga, next time sabi ko, the decision should be whether to just stop operations of the hospital and just evacuate the patients. So sabi lang, maybe it's about time to think about both. The other one is the 11 facilities all over Region 1, 2, and 3. Sabi namin, bakit it's about time to rebuild them as a more resilient health facility, and the roof deck can be a rescue area for the elderly and the children. So nag-usap na kami ni Secretary Bonoan, baka the way we rebuild them is, para it's in the community na the health center para alam ng mga tao, pagka tumaas ang tubig, kagaya ng kwento dito, it's a storm surge, may matatakbuhan silang mataas, doon na sila maghintay, and then rescue can come. And then, ang isa pang addition na ini-request ko, magkaroon ng rainwater collecting system in the health facility. Kasi potable water po ang magsasave sa ating mga victims na natatrap. Kahit nasa bubong ka, at least basta may water ka, kahit 24 hours before NDRIMC or rescue can get to you, meron kang naiinom na water. So, hopefully, mangyari yun. Tapos pati energy, kung may solar, at least kahit cut ang electricity, yung telepono ma-charge, makakatawag sa rescue. So, yun ang mga suggestions sa akin ng mga ahensya po.
Yeah, solar is turning out to be one of our most biggest, one of the best options that we have for many purposes. Okay, I think we have a good idea of what mukha namang we are still partially in the relief phase, but I think we have done enough to make sure that everybody who needs help is being provided with that help, both in terms of relief goods, both in terms of healthcare. Ngayon, yung doon sa mga malalaking like the what was yung wash out na Mauban section, titignan natin kaagad yan to see what we can do. Baka meron tayo. How long is the section that was washed out? Sa picture hindi ko makita siguro mga 200, 300 meters? 100 meters? Oh, 100 meters. Oh, siguro we can manage that. Pero mahirap din basta talaga magtatayo ka na naman, hindi pa, as you say, hindi pa stable yung slope. Yeah.
If I may add po, hindi lang po na stress kanina, yung Lukban, Sampaloc, Mauban Road. Am I right, RD? Merong, how many meters? Malalim po. It's in the picture po. So, nangyari po ngayon is one-way passable pa. One-way passable po yung road. It's a national road po. So, how many meters, RD, yung 200 meters ang information po?
Ano yung gagawin natin para madaanan? What's the first thing we can do?
We'd like to widen it a little bit. Possible naman yung...
It's possible.
Yes, Mr. President. What happened was there are several slips in several areas.
I see.
So may malalim, sir, na bangin. So one lane na lang yung passable. We're just worried, Mr. President, baka Secretary Manny is pag may truck na dumaan, baka bumigay. Pag yan bumigay, wala na kami. Yes, sir. No. So, yun lang, sir. If baka pwedeng...
Yeah, we'll know. Of course, as quickly as possible. We'll have to... But, it's... we have to also make sure that what we when we rebuild or what yung emergency measures na gagawin natin, hindi rin mawawala. Kasi pag hindi tama ang pagkagawa, it's a very difficult engineering problem. How to make it stable even after there's a landslide. Anong immediate yan para lang ma-open? Wala tayong magagawa. If there is, so yung nag-one lane, natangay na yung
One lane is left, sir.
Is it still safe? Is it still safe? So no, but pwedeng daanan ng truck, ano?
Pwede naman daanan, sir. Bangin kasi siya, sir.
Oo nga.
It's either we're to widen it and rebuild upgrade yung nasirang
Yes, sir. Medyo malalim lang.
Malalim.
Bangin siya.
On how to do this. So we will do, of course, but the design or the whatever we do has to be determined by an engineering assessment as to the stability of what you will build on, what you can do quickly para lang madaanan maging to it, and how will you rebuild it eventually as a permanent structure. Anyway, these are the things we need to. This is it, no? Ito yan, ha? Ang lalim nga.
Yan. Malalim nga. Na landslide po.
May mga ganyan.
Magbabackfill ko. Immediately magbabackfill ka rin, Mr. President.
Pero will that do? Pero temporary lang yan, di ba?
But we will strengthen it with some structures sa baba to make it stable yung backfill. All realign.
Hindi, abutin mo talaga hanggang doon sa stable na bedrock. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yes, boss. If I may add, sir, one thing that I realized, I think we need to improve yung flow and carrying capacity ng mga rivers natin. We noticed that's where the water is really flowing from. Maganda po yung proposal ngayon ng DPWH at saka ng NIA na magko-convergence program sila. I think there's an opportunity here.
Si Congressman Suarez po.
Ang problema natin sa mga magsasaka natin, pag panahon ng tag-init, walang tubig. So kung mapaparami po natin yung mga water catchment areas, water placement areas sa panahon ng tag-ulan, at least malilesen natin yung baha. At the same time, pag dumating naman yung panahon ng tagtuyot, mapapakinabangan po ito ng mga magsasaka natin. Maganda po yung convergence program ng NIA at ng DPWH. If we can just help identify those specific areas in the soonest possible time, of course, with the help of our local government units, because we'll have to address issues such as land ownership, we can improve the situation quickly, Mr. President.
Babago na rin yung practices.
Adjusting po namin ang practices. So may mga areas po tayo din na pilot po natin. So certain variety of mga seeds. Pero ano na po, mga small areas like 100 hectares so that we'll see kung kaya and then we'll
So yan po ang mga meetings ng ating Pangulo. Personal niya na tinitingnan yung mga areas na mga nasalanta at yung mga immediate solution na pwedeng gawin. And syempre, yung permanent solution po, gusto niya yung mga reconstruction natin ng mga nasirang infrastruktura maging maayos na po. So makita ninyo yung pagtutulungan ng lahat ng departamento po and with the Congress. Support, nakita ninyo po, nandun si Congressman Suarez. So sa Metro Manila naman po, ito yung latest ngayon na balita. Sabi dito, Metro Manila Flood Control Plan needs update. Sabi po ni Speaker Martin Romualdez, dangan ni Congressman Momo. Kasi talagang matindi po yung pagsalanta ng baha. O ngayon, si Karina po, nandun na sa Taiwan. Tama yung assessment ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na ang dahilan ng matinding pagbaha po dahil napakarami yung ulan. Tapos, dito sa atin po, na-aggravate yung pagbaha dahil po sa tindi ng basura. Gabundok po ng mga basura ang bumulaga sa mga kalsada po. Kaya yung pakiusap ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa ating mga mamamayang Pilipino po, pakinggan po ninyo kasi yung sabi nga po, ang basura na ating pong ikinalat, babalik po yon sa atin. Pero po, talagang sobra-sobra lang po yung pag-ulan. And in fact, this time, yung bagyong Karina po, nasa Taiwan na. Lumubog na rin po sa baha yung Taiwan. Ayan po yung video ng Reuters. Makita ninyo, yung kalsada ng Taiwan po. Lubog na lubog. O sabi dyan sa report ng ABS-CBN, vehicles, homes flooded as Gami hits southern Taiwan. Yan po yung bagyong si Karina na galing sa atin. Yan po. Kita ninyo? Lubog na lubog. Parehas po nangyayari sa atin, oh. You see? Yan, video po from Reuters. Talagang matindi po yung dalang ulan ng bagyong si Karina, oh. Oh, you see? Yan po, oh. Napakataas. Nagbabangka din sila doon, mga kababayan. Baka isisi naman po ninyo yan, idamay ninyo yung suna ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na ang sabi, nagyabang ang ating Pangulo na 5,500 na mga flood control projects amounting to 450 billion pesos. Pero baha pa rin, mga kababayan sa Manila. Madama yung Taiwan. You see? So tama yung sabi ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Sobra-sobrang pagulan. Sa Taiwan nga po, lumubog sila. Pero wala kang makitang basura po na lumilitaw. Napakalinis sa kanila. Pero despite na wala sa kanila yung galing pagtapo ng basura kung saan-saan, lumubog pa rin mga kababayan yung kanilang mga kalsada dahil po sa matinding bagsak ng ulan. So hindi kayo po binubula. Hindi tayo binubula ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Factual siya po sa assessment. It's climate change. Pero itong mga nausog po, banat ng banat tungkol sa sinabi ng ating Pangulo na 5,000 pala, 5,500 na mga flood control projects. Pero nang kalkalin ko po, mag-research ako po, mas matindi pala po yung inubos na budget during the past administration amounting to 2.5 trillion pesos. Yan po, suna ng dating Pangulong Digong. Yan o. 5-year infrastructure development highlights PRRD SONA. Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Ano sabi diyan? Program 2016 to 2020, the DPWH Build program was able to accomplish public infrastructure. Tinapos nila projects amounting to 2.5 trillion pesos as compared to 820.4 billion pesos from 2011 to 2015, panahon ni Panot, an increase of 219% or 1.7 trillion worth of projects. Ano sabi diyan? For flood prevention, mitigation, and control, the DPWH completed. Ayan ang hanapin natin. Nasaan yun na complete? Natapos, a total of 11,340 projects spread all over the country, with 7,782 projects in Luzon, 1,752 in Visayas, and 1,806 in Mindanao. Ay kumpara ninyo mga kababayan sa 2 years ng ating Pangulo na 450 billion. Tapos 5,500 completed projects. O diba? Less than 1/4. Mga kababayan, yung budget ng ating Pangulo ng present administration. Tapos gusto ninyong paimbestigahan. Wala tayong kontra na ipaimbestigahan. Dapat man talagang paimbestigahan, sabi nga natin. Pero isama po ang mas nakahindik-hindik na inubos na budget during the time of Digong, 2.3 trillion. Sa ating administrasyon ngayon, 450 billion. You see? Kay Maudigs, 2.3 trillion. I mean, 2.5 trillion pesos. 11,340 completed projects. Alangan man yung mga projects na yun, natunaw na. Anong uri na mga projects pa? Ayan ang tanong natin. Ano yung mga ginawa na flood control projects? Bakit, mga kababayan, binaha pa ang Metro Manila and even sa Mindanao po, sa distrito ni Pulong po, 51 billion, pero yung Davao binabaha. So mag-iimbestiga daw yung Senado, saka yung Kongreso. O di mag-imbestiga kayo, maganda yan para magkaalaman na. Di ba? Pero yung ating Kongreso, mga kababayan, the Speaker of the House, ang sabi niya po, kailangan na niya i-update natin yung mga plano natin. Yung flood control plan. Yan ang sabi dyan, no? The Flood Management Master Plan for Metro Manila must not only be implemented but also updated to avoid a repetition of the severe flooding in the region recently. Sabi po ng ating Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez, at saka ni Congressman Surigao del Sur, Congressman 1st District, Romeo Momo. Sabi ni Speaker, we just need to follow, update, and implement it. Hindi anya natin ma-avoid yung mga malalakas na storms and heavier rainfall dahil sa climate change. So we need to revisit and update our flood control master plans. So sabi po ni Martin na sila sa Congress, i-review nila yung master plan. Our oversight functions anya include ensuring accountability in budget spending. So we will review if funds have been used effectively and efficiently, sabi po niya sa interview, para daw ma-avoid yung misuse, maling paggamit ng pondo. So itong mga projects po na gagawin, sabi ni Congressman Momo, aims to achieve the following: build a dam in the upper Marikina River catchment area, eliminate long-term flooding in the flood plain of Laguna de Bay, modernize Metro Manila's pumping stations, improve flood forecasting and early warning systems, and improve institutional arrangement for better flood management. So yan mga kababayan, yung mga plano. Kailangan man talagang i-update na kasi hindi na po akma sa pagbabago ng ating panahon. Matindi na po ngayon ang pagbagsak ng ulan. Kahit nga po yung China. China na yan, mga pro-China, dito sa ating bansa, di ba idol na idol ninyo yung China kasi hanga-hanga kayo sa ginagawa nila. Kaya mga contractors nga, mga Chinese dito, nagpiesta during the time of Maudigs. Yung Taiwan naman, mga Chinese din yung mga Taiwanese. Tingnan ninyo mga kababayan, magaganda yung kanilang mga infrastructure pero lubog pa rin sila sa baha. Patunay na talagang ang problema, lumakas yung mga pag-ulan ngayon. Siyempre, magiging mabilis po yung pag-apaw ng mga rivers natin. In addition, sabi po ni Speaker Martin, the flood control projects would be funded under the 6.352 trillion pesos na national budget, which the Department of Budget and Management was expected to hand over to Congress sa Monday po, July 29. Sabi po ni Martin, addressing climate change and its effects on rainfall is a work in progress. We need to focus on flood control programs, advisories, and possible relocation to prevent future incidents anya. And mga officials natin po, solution-oriented. Yung mga nausog po, sige lang po ang gawa ng mga kung ano-anong mga kwento. Ang gusto nila, siraan na siraan yung ating Pangulong Bongbong. Ipahiya. Sa gitna mga kababayan ng calamity. Pero yung kanilang gustong maging presidente, outside par during yung pananalasa ng bagyo, lumaya sa ating bansa. Nandun sa Germany si Inday, pumuslit. Tahimik sila. Pagkatapos, nang mapuna ng mga netizens, nag-viral kasi po, ayun, nagkanda o gaga sila sa pagdepensa. Di na-justify nila yung pagbakasyon ni designated survivor. Hindi po katanggap-tanggap. Pwede naman niya po yun na i-reschedule kung gusto niya. Kaya lang sabi ni Congressman Edsel, walang empathy, walang concern na niya. Talagang hindi pwede mo na maging presidente. Mali kung gumawa ng mga desisyon po. Pangsarili ang karamihan sa mga desisyon niya. Tulad po ng confidential funds. Nang tanggalan po, galit na galit. Anyway, yun man lang po mga kababayan. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.